Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cancerians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides and spirit team, talk to me about Cancer. We are in mid-March, Pisces season still. Lots happening in the stars. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cancer in mid-March, please. Let's get it going here, my guides. First card coming in hot. There it is. Okay, so future focus here for a lot of you, and I do feel like this is really nice. This is a card that can represent distance and travel and all sorts of stuff, but notice it does have like a positive spin to it, and that's what I really like. There's a silver lining to this card. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's have a little talk about this card. So you see the imagery here. It's a little funky. We have this lady on the beach with her beautiful blue dress. She is looking out towards the ocean, out at the sea. And notice there's like these big objects in the sky, and there's rainbows coming out of them. So when I see this card, I feel like it's a more like Picasso way of showing like events that are coming down the pipeline, if that makes sense. Like, it's not super straightforward, but every one of these things up in the sky is like a big event, a big event, a big event. So for a lot of Cancerians, you might just be focused on the future in one form or another, whether it's short term, whether it's long term, or a mix of both. A lot of you could have eyes to what's coming down the pipeline, which is really, really good. And for a lot of you, I could say there's really good things coming in, especially with like the rainbows cutting through here. There's a lot of good things in store, which makes me happy. Like, regardless of what shows up within the reading, like, the future seems bright. This reminds me of the star card in a way. So I really do like it. We're just going to put her down over there. And then obviously this card does also indicate distance, travel, trips, stuff like that. But we're just going to put her down over there. Let's get into tarot. She can enjoy her time on the beach while we shuffle up and get ready to go. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's see what we have here for the lovely Cancerians, my guides. Talk to me. And while we shuffle up and get this deck ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Important Talk, so a big focus around last week's reading was communication, conversations that you might be having or that still could be coming in. And always remember that these readings, they could still bleed over for a couple more weeks. It doesn't just have to be the days that we state. So if you haven't had one, there could be some like really important conversations coming your way. But yeah, we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Cancer, please. What do we have in mid-March? Thank you. Okay, 4 of Cups. A little daydreamy. This card kind of has that little vibe to it too. Okay, you got something on your mind there, my friends? Okay, maybe someone has you on their mind, vice versa. You know how it goes. This 4 of Cups is doing lots and lots of thinking. Let's get a couple more out. Something is on the mind. Okay, we got the Knight of Cups. Really lovely. Lots of water energy. That's something you were very comfy with. Very comfy, cozy. Let's get one more. And this is giving me like a cozy type of energy so far. Odd, right? Let's get one more. What do we got? Thank you. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords, so communication, opportunities, offers, all that good stuff. So we have a nice little mixture of things happening here, Cancer. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, what I'm seeing here is a lot of internal energy. We have a double down of cup energy, which is water, which is your emotions, your feelings, your inner world. We also have the Sword of Truth right here, which is of the mind. So it's like we have the heart, we have the mind. All of them are internal energy. So just know you might be extra sensitive to energy in the coming days and weeks. I mean, you probably are all the time, but with what I'm seeing here, it could be heightened, which is another theme I've been seeing for you recently. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number 1, and I'll say this, both of these extreme ends are about the mind and thinking. One is much more logical than the other. But the Four of Cups, you see this person, they're snuggled up underneath the tree, and it looks like they're taking a little snooze, a little nap. So of course, I mean, in its roughest sense, this card could represent somebody that's feeling dissatisfied with something. So there could be a situation or a person or just something that's just not sitting right with you with this card. But once again, there's much tougher energies to deal with in the whole entire tarot deck. The Four of Cups is a lot of imaginative, daydreamy type of energy. So you might have a specific situation, a specific person on your mind. You could be on someone else's mind when this card is in the mix. The interesting theme that we have going on here is you notice that the Ace of Cups is being shown. It's like being offered to this person, but there's so much in their thoughts that they're not seizing that opportunity. We also have another ace here on the back end. So there's going to be a little play around opportunities and offers for you this week for sure when I have this card. Sometimes the Four of Cups could represent somebody not really acting on something. It's like, I'm thinking about it, but I'm not doing it. It's like giving me one of those, but let's keep moving. Position number 2, we have our good friend, the Knight of Cups himself. This is a card that could represent you. Remember, it's not gender specific. It could be any water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Knight of Cups is that Prince Charming type of energy. You often see him in love readings, and I always say it's like a Prince Charming, silky smooth talking, easy flowing, very creative, expressive type of energy. Now, all knights represent forward movement and forward progress. They could also be conversations as well. So right here with the Ace of Swords, maybe you're trying to get your thoughts together, how you're going to approach something. There's still conversation and communication, messages and talks all up in this reading, just like we had last week. So we'll absolutely want to dig into him further. Now, in my simplistic style, since this is a card that could represent you, the clarifier could tell us something you might be feeling or something that could be coming towards you in this time. So we'll check it out. A difficulty with the Knight of Cups. Sometimes it could represent somebody that's feeling overly emotional or somebody that's not communicating their emotions or how they're feeling. So that's just something to watch out for. On to the back end, we have the Sword of Truth. Okay, totally different than the energies we have here up front. Now, all aces, once again, they represent opportunities, they represent offers. This is a very cerebral, logical type of energy, where this one is like head in the clouds, daydreamy. This one's like more practical. It's strategic, it's plan-based as well. But once again, it's that honest, open, straightforward communication and talking whenever we have this Ace of Swords. For a lot of you, it's like seeing the truth about something or seeing something clearly. So for a lot of you, there could be revelations or realizations in this time where you just see things for what they are. That's a big thing with this Ace of Swords. It can be harsh sometimes. That's the downside to the Ace of Swords, is that it cuts. Okay, so there could be certain things or habits or things you want to trim out of your life, or it could be a harsh communication as well. Like I said, 2 different communication styles happening here in a heavy way. But once again, could be an offer of some kind. We really need to dig deeper into all of it. So yeah, let's do that, Cancer. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what we got, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Cancer? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Four of Cups. And if you are a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cancer, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Four of Cups time. Why is that Four of Cups here, please? Thank you. Visualizing. Okay, a lot of you really might feel that something big is coming up on the horizon, or this is you trying to like keep your mind positive, which is a really good thing. We have the Six of Wands, victory, complete and total victory. For some of you, you might have your eyes on the prize. Now, another thing I'm picking up here is you might be trying to think about the good times or really good thoughts to like keep yourself emotionally uplifted. That could be a nice thing. But when I see the Six of Wands, aside from victory, it could represent public notoriety. It could represent kudos and recognition for the good things that you've done. I will say this as well. It could also be an egotistical card. So when I see it underneath the Four of Cups, if you have ties with anyone that's a little bit egotistical, they could rub you the wrong way in this time. So just keep that in mind, especially anyone that's like very much ego driven. But the main thing I'm picking up here is like, all right, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. I'm going to keep my mind positive and I'm going to visualize it. Now, hopefully, with the way this is going, it's going to culminate into something really positive. Because for some of you, you know, water signs are very good at manifesting, very good at creating because of the lush imagination. So this could be really good. But if you are going through any difficult time periods or difficult situations, you might be trying to make the best of it. That's like the vibe I'm picking up. Like, I'm just going to make the best of it. I'm going to see the silver linings. I'm going to try to stay optimistic. That's like the main vibe I'm picking up here. And I would say that's a good thing. I would say that's a good route to go. Like, try to stay optimistic or as optimistic as possible. We're going to keep moving. Once again, I don't feel like that makes or breaks the reading. We're going to get much more action as we move forward. But that's somebody trying to think on the good things, think on the good times. Okay. Same goes if you're a cross watcher. That could just be the mode your Cancer's in. Like, listen, I'm not going to think about bad things. I'm not going to think about difficult things. I'm thinking positive here. So let's see why the Knight of Cups is in the mix. For some of you, that could be Spirit just telling you, like, hey, try to be a little more optimistic, right? Easier said than done. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse underneath this Knight of Cups. Okay, so when I see this, I feel somebody emotionally opening up. Now, for a very small portion of Cancerians in this time, watch out for issues in the household and the family when we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. But the elemental combination I have here with the water and the earth, it does represent potential to me. And when the Ten of Pentacles flips in reverse, to me, it's like something coming forth, something that was stable and grounded and sturdy gets a big shakeup. So for a portion of you, it's a couple of different things. Either you're going to really have your emotions change about something or someone, where you have like a change of heart, change of emotion, or this is somebody that's like just going to emotionally bubble over and have, like we've been seeing, that conversation, that talk where it's like, I got to let it out, I got to vent it, I got to speak it. So it's just giving me that vibe right here. For a small portion of you, yeah, watch out for like work things, money things, stuff like that with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. But those were the main intuitive vibes that I was picking up here. Yes, there's a lot of potential, but I do see that like emotional overflow, that emotional outpour, whether it is a talk or it just erupts out. If you suppress something too long, it's going to bubble over. That's the vibe I'm picking up here. So let's keep moving over to the Ace of Swords. Once again, I don't feel like we need to overcomplicate this message. It is what it is. Nothing too rough here, but let's see what the Ace of Swords has to say. And yeah, the change of heart, the change of emotion, that's in the cards for some of you. I saw that for a couple other signs this week as well, where you might be changing your views, changing your opinions, like it's internal change happening here. So let's see why that Ace of Swords is in the mix. And we'll do our quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is that Ace here? Please, thank you. Yeah, I mean, more change. So for some of you, there is a big change on the horizon, okay? Not just internally either. When I see the Hierophant in reverse, to me, this could represent day-to-day life. It represents power structures. It's one of the more in-depth cards in the whole entire deck. And notice it's in reverse, just like this Ten of Pentacles. When both of those grounded, sturdy, earthy cards flip in reverse, it's like strap in and get ready for it. Okay, that's just a huge vibe I'm picking up. Now let's talk about a little more. Taurus energy, solid, stable, earthy energy. Once again, it could represent religious institutions. It could represent power structures. It could represent people that have been in our lives for a very long time, like marriages and long-term relationships. When we see it in reverse, though, it's shaking the ground, right? This is a big, big change. So we have like changes of emotion. I feel for a lot of you, there could be changes in your day-to-day life coming up real soon, okay? Could there be a nice big opportunity or offer coming in? Absolutely, and that might change the dynamic of how you live your life from day to day. So please keep that in mind. So there's multiple things shifting, there's multiple things changing, and I think you're aware of that, or I think a lot of you intuitively feel that coming in, especially with this Hierophant in reverse. Am I feeling any huge red flags here? Not really. No, I'm not, because we do have like looking on the bright side, seeing the silver lining of things. Just try your best not to suppress things and just see them for what they are. That's a big energy I'm picking up. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, Cancer. Then we'll get into the shadow card. I feel a lot of changes on the horizon for the Cancer collective, more so than most of the zodiac. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the 4 of Cups with the 6 of Wands. A lot of you might be taking on views of the optimist, right? You might be being very optimistic. Like, listen, no, I'm only focusing on the good things. Or if you're thinking back on the past, you're thinking about good memories. But if you're going forward, it's like, no, visualize. I'm visualizing really good, positive things coming up. Or if you're dissatisfied in your current situation or whatever it is you're going through, you might just be trying to like see the silver lining and just be like, all right, well, it's not all bad. Moving to the center, we have the Knight of Cups with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I did say watch out for work issues, things within the family or the home, but the main vibe I was picking up here is either that emotional talk or somebody that just finally lets their feelings spill in one way or another, where it like builds up, and then like boop, comes out. So we'll see how that manifests. But moving to the back end, that's not the only thing that changes, because in the center we have emotional changes as well. How you feel about things, your opinions on things, your opinions on people. A lot of these things are very changeable. Your day-to-day life is changeable as well, believe it or not. We have the Ace of Swords with the Hierophant in reverse. Big shakeups coming in here, okay? So whether it's how you live your life day to day, whether it is a big opportunity or offer coming in that's really going to switch things up for you, there's good things coming. Now, change is not always easy. Change can be very difficult sometimes to adapt to new things, but you're a water sign. I know you could do it, my friends. Just be prepared for all this, okay? Because when the 10 of Pentacles and the Hierophant flip in reverse, it's like, okay, yeah, get ready for a new paradigm here. So, yeah, please take a screenshot of that, Cancer. Let's get you a shadow card. Maybe we'll get a little more detail about it. So let's shuffle it up one time. Let's see what's in the shadows for Cancer. Please, my guides and spirit team. What do we got for my friends? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see yet. And yeah, shadow cards don't always have to be a bad thing. They could be good sometimes. So let's see what we have for you. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put it in the comments down below. And I just wanted to let you all know, all of my members, I have much love and appreciation for you. No pressure to everyone else, though. It's just a great way to show some extra love. So what do we got? Okay. All right, so we do have the Hermit here. Interesting, because like a few of the cards flipped upside down but didn't pop out. Now we have the Hermit. For a portion of you, this could be a Virgo that you're connected to when this card is in the mix. But what is this energy? It's pulling back. So there could be something, whether a situation, person, or even with yourself, you might be in hermit mode right now, where it's like you're pulling back your energy from something, pulling back your energy from something. And we could see it with the way the energy was playing out here. The Hermit has some really good things as well. It's wise, it's tapped into spirituality, it's very intuitive type of energy. I would say watch out for communication issues, especially with the themes we've been seeing in recent weeks, like last week's reading. Now, multiple times here, communication could be at the forefront. When the Hermit's here, it could represent someone that you haven't really spoke to for a while, for a portion of you. But the Hermit just tells me some of you might just be laying low right now, and that's okay from time to time. But yeah, I don't feel any major warning flags or anything like that. But yeah, Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite zodiac sign? And give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.